everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. It is almost springtime. In makeup world, it's definitely springtime. In real life, we are on springtime's doorstep. So that means new launches are coming, and one that I know we are all very excited about. I did mention it in my What's New for the month of March video. Fitglow has released a full spring collection. We have a blush palette, an eyeshadow palette that features a blush as well, and a lip color serum, of which I am wearing right now. So today I wanted to swatch them, I wanted to review them, and then in my next video I will be kind of showing you these products in action, I think. If you would like, let me know if that's something you'd like to see. I think that's gonna be the next move, but let's just jump right into products. So the two palettes are packaged the exact same way. I'm gonna start with the blush palette here. You do get that beautiful eggplant color from Fitglow Beauty with that foiled front. Turn it around, all the shades listed and full ingredients list. I love these palettes. They're incredibly concise, small, thin, compact, easy to take with you on the go. That is always a perk. When you open it up, you do have a nice mirror here that allows you to do your makeup on the go as well, but doesn't take up too much space. And here are your three beautiful blush shades. All brand spanking new. What's nice about the way that they package these products as well is that if you have any of their day palette, night palette, glam palette, and you would like to create your own, they do allow you to pop them out there on the edge, and you can customize your own palette and play with all the new shades. So you get really nice, large, robust pan sizes in here, which is something I always love about Fitglow, because I like when you can really kind of completely coat the brush, especially with something like blush. Oh my god, will I ever get that right? I don't think so. But anyway, the magic here really is the beautiful shades. Oh, and it is $59, which, like their blush palettes that they've released in the past, it is the exact same price point. So let's just get right into swatching these suckers. Up top, we have the shade Whisper. Whisper is a really nice, soft pink beige. This will work more on a fair complexion. It doesn't even work on someone really with my skin tone, but what I like about the blush palette setup is that I like this to mix. So this darker shade, I would mix it with that to make them just a more customizable, wearable shade for me. And I encourage that with this formulation. If you're unfamiliar with the Fitglow Beauty blush formulation, by the way, insanely soft to the touch. Beautifully pigmented, but it's not an overwhelming, super intimidating way where you have to go so light-handed that it's scary and like you have to be an expert. It's not that, but you also don't need to drill your brush in there to get the product either. So it really maintains that perfect middle ground and really nice soft texture to the skin that in turn applies really, really smoothly and looks like your skin. It doesn't sit on top of it, which sometimes can be the case depending on how finely or not finely these products are milled. Right next door, we have the shade Calmness. Calmness is this beautiful, soft peach. Probably my favorite shade in the lineup. I think it's just the most wearable, universally flattering, works with the most looks as well, and definitely has enough color to be worn on its own, but it's not overwhelming where it's going to conflict with any eye look that you have going on. For instance, I have quite a bit going on here. And today I'm wearing a mix of Whisper and the next shade that we are going to go in with, which is the shade Rest. And Rest, they describe it as an earthy flush. It is quite pink. I don't think it's the most earth tones, but it is kind of terracotta. It has a really nice warmth to it. Like I said, I like mixing this color with Whisper because this is maybe a little bit deeper than something I'd go for. Mix it with this, and that is what I have on my cheeks today, which is really just this more subtle kind of color, but still gives me a little something something on the cheeks, which I always like to have. Did take a little bit across the nose as well. Ultimately, the formulation is beautiful, wearable shades. Please do mix and match. I think the shades Scream Spring, I think it's perfect for that. I think they're very wearable for every day, which Fitglow is great at. And if you are unfamiliar with the Fitglow makeup formulation in general, they are always infused with skin care properties as well. So you get a little double dosage of high performing makeup and very beautiful, you know, ingredients in here as well that are beneficial to the skin. So I'm a big fan of this product. I've had this for a couple of weeks and I've been experimenting with it. Like I said, the peach is definitely my favorite, but I love products like this that encourage you to mix, match, use them on your eyes as well. I always encourage using any powder products to do that. And if that's something you'd like to see in a tutorial, let me know. Today we're just swatching, but that is the Stillness Blush Palette. Absolutely beautiful. Let's segue right into the eyeshadow palette. This does feature a beautiful blush as well. This is, of course, what I am most excited about. I am wearing it predominantly on my eyes today, mixed with a little bit of Rituel de Fille products. So if you want a tutorial on this look, I have done something very similar. I just kind of swapped out the shades or added on to the shades with this palette. So I'll discuss that briefly. Packaging exactly the same, that really nice thin eggplant color, shades on the back. Full ingredients list, small mirror, and ta-da! Look at this beautiful palette. This is the Softness Palette. And like I said, we do get one large blush. This is the same exact size featured in the blush palette. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gorgeous eyeshadows. Again, Scream Spring, so perfect for this time of year. $69 in line with all of the other palettes they have created, and that same function to allow you to pop out these shades should you choose to do so. Mix, match, create your own. I've already done that with my Day, Night, and Glam palettes, and so I'm excited to mix some of these in. We have a really nice blush here that is a more satin finish, which I'll get into, a couple metallics and some matte shades for shadow, and I am going to swatch them right now. Let's start with the blush. The blush, like I said, has a really nice sheen on it. This is in the shade Bloom. Very highly pigmented. This one's a little bit more pigmented than the usual Fitglow blushes, but still nothing to fear. It is just a more poppy, bright, hot pink, punchy color that I actually like a lot. The sheen is beautiful. If you're familiar with the sheen from it was that summer blush palette that they released. It's very similar to that, where it kind of picks up in the light, but it is not by any means a highlighter, but you could skip that step. I never skip that step. I think more is more as far as the luminous cheek department, but this will allow you to skip that step should you choose to do so. What I love about the shade as well is that I think with a more light hand, it would look great on a fair complexion, but I also think these rosy fuchsia deeper tones look great on a deep complexion as well. So I think that's quite the universally flattering option, which I like when they include in products like this. All right, so let's jump right into eyeshadow, starting up top here with this really beautiful brow bone shade, or you could block out the lid with this shade. This is in the shade Feather. Feather is a beautiful feathery pink. It has a little bit of white to it, so it's very brightening. Like I said, I love it for the brow bone. You can use it like a Cure Weiss, what is that shade called? Angelic. I love that shade as well. This is even more pale than Angelic, so it really adds a nice brightening effect. I think it would look great all over the lid or on the brow bone. Like I said, really, really wearable, easy, necessary shade. Right next door, we have the shade Neat, and Neat is a very interesting shade. It is a taupey, purpley gray. So this is great for the transition. This is a very softly pigmented shade. I think it's because it's more of a purple. It is a little bit more stiff in the pan than something like their metallics or like their more rich, deep shades that you feature down here. However, with a brush, I think this applies more beautifully than it does with the finger. So I really like taking the shade just in the crease here. I did diffuse this deep color ever so slightly with that shade, almost to a point where it's not really coming through, but it is adding a little bit of that purple color that I think ties in the whole look. Again, a great transition shade that looks perfect with Feather and the corresponding shades that we are about to jump into. Next up, hands down, my favorite shade in the palette. You all could have guessed this. This is the shade Wander, and Wander is gorgeous. Wander is this super mega high shine pinky golden metallic, definitely leaning more pink. I do have it in the inner corner today, popped on top of a Rituel de Fille color, so it's most true to color right here in the inner corner. And this is a great inner corner shade, brow bone pop. If you dampen the shade and put it all over the lid, it looks incredible. That's probably how I will share it with you in a tutorial. Again, a mega universally flattering shade, super richly pigmented, and goes on very smoothly, which I love about the Fitglow metallics. They are not at all chunky and bunch up and sit on the eye weird. They blend out like a dream. I really, really love that shade. Right next door is Terra, and Terra is equally pigmented and beautiful. It's a little more silky. That looks chunky in the pan, but once you apply it, which with your finger or with a damp brush is my favorite way to do so, it applies very, very smooth, so nothing you need to worry about. But Terra is like crazy pigmented. This one you might need to be a little bit careful with. It's what is accentuating that sort of halo eye that I have going on right now. And it's just a beautiful golden bronzy tone, perfect for a smoky eye, perfect for using as a faux liner if you choose to do that, and adding any sort of depth to the eye that is significantly more deep than that purpley shade in Neat that I discussed. This is kind of the color for that. It is amazing. And rounding off the palettes, we have the deepest shade in the bunch. This is in the shade Cloud, and Cloud, again, is so rich and beautiful. It is a mega dark, almost black eggplant purple, and it's not completely flat and matte. It does have a little bit of a sheen, but it doesn't overly read that way on the eyes. So if you wanted to use it in the crease, you absolutely could. If you want to use it to smoke out the lash line or use as a faux liner, again, something a little bit more deep than that Terra shade, I encourage that as well. And I think this palette has such a great dynamic that I think is even better than any of the other palettes they've put out. Of you could get a very wearable everyday look, or you get a really sultry night look all in one palette. And again, use the blush on your eyes. It would look great with the, like these three up top here, it look great. Pop a little bit of my favorite shade in Wander there. It's just a very well thought out palette, and I think this might be my favorite Fitglow palette to date. And I love me some Fitglow, and they have quite a few palettes all that I have reviewed. But what I will say, if you're familiar with the formulation of the eyeshadows, the blushes, things like that, Fitglow is incredibly consistent. And what I love about that is if you're someone like me and you get really excited and you want to purchase it before a swatch video even comes out, you could trust that you could do so and you will absolutely love the product. It just comes down to, are these the shades for you? And what I think most predominantly, I think that they did a great job thinking about spring, and those palettes absolutely encapsulate that and get a big thumbs up from me. So let's round this video off with a little lip color serum. It is the one I have on, and I cannot believe how much I like the shade. Once again, it looks a little intimidating upon swatching it on your hand, even upon seeing it in the tube. It looks like this kind of murky purple tone. It is in the shade Regal, by the way. Same packaging, same beautiful formula, a little doe foot applicator if this is your first time seeing a Fitglow Beauty lip color serum. They're fantastic. Cushiony plush formula, beautiful pigmentation on the lips, but it's still very much a gloss. It is not a liquid lipstick, so they are not going to be overly pigmented either, but they're going to be the most comfortable thing you ever put on. Anyway, the shade Regal, it looks kind of like a murky purple, and I thought it might kind of emphasize the yellow in my teeth, or it might be only a topper kind of thing. It might only look good on top of a purple lipstick, and purple lipstick's not really for me until I put it on. Again, reiterating, I have this on today. It has a pink tone to it that reminds me of like a red apple lipstick Vogue, if you know that color, or like a Nudist, Just Like Jade, or almost like if Nudist, Just Like Jade, and Rituel de Fille's Hex had a baby, it would be this color, and it's amazing. It actually looks very nude on the lips. However, since I have some of those more golden purpley tones that these products feature, it ties in so perfectly. Like, I think this is gonna be the new purse color, because I think it gives a really nice color to the lips that isn't a bright, bold color. And yes, it's purple, but it's not screaming purple, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I think it's fantastic. I think it would pull much more nude on a deep complexion, and then it might be too much of a gray-ined color for you, but for a light skin tone all the way up to a like medium tan, I would say, it pulls this really pretty purpley pink that I think looks very flattering and very beautiful, but I also think would pair very nicely on top of other lip products as well, and that's something that I want to experiment with. I haven't really experimented with that because, like I said, I feared this shade, and now I love it and want to wear it all the time. But anyway, that's it. That is the new Fitglow Beauty Spring Collection. We have the Stillness Blush Palette. We have the Softness Eyeshadow and Blush Palette, and the beautiful Lip Color Serum in Regal. I have swatched all of these photos, all of these products, and I photographed them, so I'm going to include that in the description box down below. So you can check it out, investigate further, see if these are colors for you. I will include some other Fitglow palette reviews of which are still available in the description box down below if you want to see different palettes and maybe this isn't the direction for you but something else maybe. That is very possible, and they are all at the same price point. And then I will include a full review of the lip color serums that I've done in the past as well. Best glosses on the market in just a new beautiful shade that I am very excited about. But thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any questions about the formula, ways to wear it, anything you can think, please drop me a line down below. I always get back to you even if it takes me a week or two. I always respond to the comments, so be patient with me and I promise I will answer your question. But if you love Fitglow, let me know that as well. They are such a consistent, amazing brand, and I cannot help but get super excited when they release new stuff, especially when it's always consistently a home run. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Links to shop will be down below, social media down below, what I have on my face today down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!